ban, followed by a castle. The Nomad ban from SSG. Valkyrie ban as well, so regardless of what happens, there's always going to be some decent...
You're just setting up all of their different players, and oh, it's a big issue, but somehow KZ has been able to eliminate Ashen. He was looking for the run out, knowing that somebody's lurking outside the window. As he runs out, Ashen jumps in. KZ gets detected, but still ends up winning the engagement. Already a very comical first entry.
Bit of a shame to not see that one traded for Leapox. He's retaken the position on these east stairs, and he's found one onto Fultz. He's got his sights trained there over onto Passport, and is he going to get the heads up on the book? Easy down for him, and a long-range finish with the shotgun. SSG haven't traded anything yet.
Covered by these Brazilians. SSG now obviously looking around themselves thinking, well, what are we supposed to do? Not a lot as for Leapox. He's just commanding this east stairs with ease, Ollie. Making it look oh so easy. Forrest now in the 1v5. See if he can pad the stats, because there's certainly no chance he's going to be winning this one. This is just nigh impossible for him. Gonna be to take him out. KZ does, just taps away. Quick peeking him around. A flawless sets down the marker. It feels like Felipox wants a spot named after him instead of Easter, just be calling it Felipox in the game. Herds open things off with the opening pick, and Felipox, yeah, as easy as you like, finds Fultz, caught on the drone. Forrest will get the first kill for SSG in the game, but needs to find a few more if they want to make this run a success, because
to cut off for anyone from digging in a little bit too deep, but it's not a particularly useful part of the bomb site. Warden going to be flashing out there, but we can see that that's JV92, and he's got the glasses activated. He might be about to pick up a second one here. No one gets taken out, but Nade grabs two of his own. A Candela onto a Ying, a lack of information, or just a misplay.
The second and final Dokkaebi call comes in, but nobody in a position to take advantage of, and Hertz has probably had a look at the timing and said, yeah, it's time to go. And again, Ollie, kills come in, but still, it's actually a trade this time. But FURIA always staying one step ahead of their opponents.
And the Candela can come from JV92, but if no one's there for the catch inside of office, it really doesn't matter. We heard the Candela go off, but nothing happened off the back of it. He can't play off his own Candela there. It's going to take him too long to get into position. Still C4s available here. 3 of them. We got 1 pre-placed. And it's just a matter of time of waiting for the information to come through. Whether that's a bit of audio, whether there's a bulletproof up there. It looks like there's a BP inside a workshop at the moment, but still the east stair camera is up. There's 25 seconds left, and east stair camera is still alive. Herds is going to find one onto JV92. Tubrau going to slow down the exothermic. I mean, that's just an interaction you never see, because who uses an exothermic to open the floor? You could just shoot it. Is one that goes into the defender's advantage. Benja with a really important job to do here, and you can hear the skeleton key going off, but he's not seeing much value from it just as of yet. There we go. Eventually the pinch comes through. Brilliantly timed. You could see a bit of a crossfire there as well, with some shots coming in from the balcony. Finally, we see SSG gain a first kill here. They do a really good job of rooting that player out, but still, the job isn't done just yet. Caught out inside of the goo mine, and for Leapox, he's going to get the prediction perfectly there and grabs him as he's jumping out of the window. Can just Toxic Babe off and try and give JV a little bit more cover. JV only needs to survive for a bit longer up there, but Benja, he's woken up. Second kill onto KZ.
Yeah, it was the player inside Armory who actually took up the same mantle as what JV did. See, Forrest actually just trying to go deep in towards Archives and perhaps get a plant down, but the Goo Mine's going to stop it for the meantime. Ashen looking to just try and walk in towards Armory. The barricade's going to be in his way. Down goes the smoke. A big kill. Benja on a tear. This is exactly who SSG needed to wake up. A great backstab from Ashen, and Forrest cleans it up on the Monty. SSG finally get around. Feels as though SSG are scared of taking the gunfights against FURIA, and they're just almost trying to walk Forrest in just deep into the site. You know, look at last round, he just tried to walk into Archives, and oh my word, Fultz and upside down rappel gets absolutely nailed. I was like J9O, sorry, should I say. Gets nailed with that DMR, and goodness. Oh my word. Forrest for the pistol.
Hello.
Ashen.
I mean, what is going on? It's blunder after blunder. Ashen might find himself too here. There's a crank round from SSG. They're going for it. Nade. He's going to shut Forest down. The Monty, not very effective when his shield is dropped. Ashen does dodge out of the way of that, but he's just caught in the mix of things there. Just trying to do a little bit too much. And Fultz, for all the time that was going on, it feels like he was in Narnia. A minute and 2 kills to find. No chance of reviving his teammate as JV finishes him off. Fultz does get a bullet of damage in onto Nade, but that's about it. And there is still a C4 in JV's pocket. Diffuser cold. It's not going to be an easy one for Fultz.
Yeah, they've got it. JV92 right behind him. And right now for Fultz, the issue is he has no idea where they are. He has no information. One on metal with a shotgun, which in itself is a big issue. But even if you get past them, then JV92 can just swing from behind that reinforced wall. He's as safe as can be at the moment, and that time is dwindling away for Fultz. Moves in the fountain and immediately gives his position away with that full sprint in. And a great pick. A great... That leaves him with Clubhouse, which he just kicked off. So, of course, we're very ahead of schedule. Easy and Liquid leaving all out on the server. Ashen, a great little sneaky kill.
And with it, the Whammy. So any of those discs that we're going to generate over time, going to be no longer. Fultz. Does he realize that there's a player there? Yes, he does. Great kill over onto Nade. Got to play it in behind the half wall as well, and that's valuable information right now. He now knows where 2 players are, and because of that, Benja can start to get the plant down. It's not all the time we see Benja getting the plant down and getting in, but he's managed to sneak in out of nowhere. None of the defenders seemingly aware of his position right now. Not only has he got the plant down, but he's gotten away with it as well. We can look down from half wall for Epox, but the plant hasn't gone down there, pal. Going to be a big retake on the cards here as Ashen, he grabs KZ on his retreat back to site. JV92 is going to be the next to fall, and Fleapox has got a long old road ahead of him. Out of nowhere, SSG pull a flawless round out.
This is a stalemate if I've ever seen one.
Oh, what a shot there from Herds. He's able to eventually catch Benja out. Patience paying off there.
Good lineup right now. For FURIA, Forest able to grab that kill on the KZ, who was unsuspecting somebody would be playing aggressively on that wall, but in FURIA fashion, they don't let that man advantage away from them for too long, as they got it right back into their favor. Herds playing off the information that the Monty's been able to feed them. He's now hunting for that Melusi, and Ash actually gets the better off him. Nade unextending, looking to go aggressive. He's got Ashen up against the ropes. He's able to land the pistol kills. Ashen falls, and J90, oh my word, he can't see anything, but still somehow finds Felipox. But on a 1v2 against a Deimos and a Monty, 2 operators which are extremely good in the 1v1 scenarios. Oh, almost a blunder from Nade, but JV is able to pick up the kill. Almost being in the waiting room, and now he's holding almost the crosses. The rest of the team try and push in. A C4 will nail 2. Forest baits in FURIA to say that, hey, there's no rotating the wall, we can just jump in and plant. But no, they want you to jump in because they have the goal line.
They need to find some magic here. Herds has already picked up 2, so that could do a lot of the hard work. Fultz will be there with the direct trade, though. JV92 is still not really moved from his position, and he's in a good spot to do something about it. Takes Benja down, levels things up 2 versus 2. A lot of pressure now comes down onto Forest, and with the plant starting to go down, you can hear the C4 ripped, but it's going to be short. JV, his position in this round has been fantastic, and he continues to chalk kills up. This player's allowed to get outside. It's over. JV92. A stellar round.
At the top for long. Look, G2 went through it, of course they did. G2 still go through it.
Ooh. This is a rough round for FURIA, isn't it?
What happened? Everyone's dead. 40 seconds gone.
I think it was just an aggressive round from the off. JV92 kicked things off. And from that point onwards, I think SSG are just playing a little bit angry now. This is how they need to play, though. I want to see him play with this passion. It's almost too late bringing this out when FURIA are on a map point, because are you going to be able to do it for the next 4 rounds in a row? That could be quite a tall order. JV, the star of the show in the previous round. Left with 4 kills to find here. J90 is fairly low. Forest, around half HP. But it isn't going to be enough. Fultz, he's going to be able to do the business there.
Try and slow the pace down and I think just try and get it done now. But that's a great little bit of aggression from Forest. Able to take out one before Nade is getting the trade back, but still Forest. It's a 1-for-1. It's a good trade, and especially considering that Benja has found his kill with a C4. It puts SSG in a very good position. Another one for Benja. KV90 looks like he just lagged out of the server there for a moment. He stood still. This is looking much better for SSG. Fleapox is jumping in, but he loses an engagement. Trade off from Nade, but Fultz with a shotgun swings around. SSG with a bit of life now.
They found it, haven't they? They found something within them. Oh, just. That's either a professional or a little bit lucky. I'm not sure which.
Signed up for the shot put. Telling you. You could take gold with that.
Opening kill this time for FURIA. J90, he's been a real aggressive player on this defense, and Herds looks like he's on a bit of a tear. It could be a Herds round that we're about to see. And look at him go. JV, he's going to collect that kill onto Ashen. We've not seen 50 seconds and already 3 kills. Forest playing below on the Echo. Might have that information. The Yokai drones might be out there, but he's about to enter a very dangerous territory right now. Rooted in place by the Lion scan. It looks like he knows that someone's up there on the balcony. He at least knows that there's going to be someone at the top of these stairs, but doesn't react in time. Herds with 3. JV to close it out. A flawless for FURIA. You just get the impression that these boys can pull it out of the can whenever they need.
I think pretty good bans. I think expected, isn't it?
Will be being checked, and it allows Ashen to get a nice early entry point relatively safely. But JV92, Benja, he got in there before Ashen did.
Oh, they've tried to just get a quick kill running down the stairs, but FURIA are too smart to be tripped up by a play like that. Ashen gets honestly a recoil kill
on that elbow as the utility does start to get thrown in, but he's playing Warden. He's not going to be worried about a flashbang or two. Felipox, he's going to find himself J90. He's going to get a little team kill in the mix, but it's still not the worst outcome. Biggest problem is that he hasn't got a lot of HP to speak of, but it isn't even 2 versus 2. Spoke about how JV92 was the Warden, but he still lost the engagement there. There are going to be Vulcan canisters, which Ashen will need to be very cautious of here. Quick diffuser juggle and trying to make something happen, but that is a narrow angle, and it's one as old as time. Nade on the flank. FURIA on FURIA. Going to be rocking the clash this time. Doke will be called coming out as well. It's going to give a bit of information away, and enough for Benja to find an opening pick from, but it isn't an opening pick for long. KZ is immediately there with the trade. The breach will get opened over into games. A very risky run across as Fultz on the upside down. Repel's going to punish KZ for trying to reposition. Capital bolts now go through, and Fultz has picked up his second, neutralizing the clash. JV with the direct trade and the diffuser going deep inside of the site. Bit of a rotation now, just coming out of oil pit as Forest with the kit gets the kill and is going to start planting that diffuser. JV92 has had a couple of kills already, but full white flash. Can he use this breach to his advantage right now? He likely knows that the plant has gone down inside of kids. The reinforced wall at the top of white is going to help him somewhat, but he doesn't know which way to look. And J90 started off with a good round and finished even better. Bit of a pain. That opening pick onto Ashen. The track stingers. Not necessarily brought for the flank here demo, more brought for that denial of sound. When they're going off, you can't hear too much.
Oh, Felipox has attempted a swing in the big window, but Forced in a prime time position to feed that information. Will he be aggressed onto? That is the question. Is he really worried about these players coming down towards white? And he gets caught out. Benja lurking down in towards the kitchen corridors. Diffuser was attempted there by the Monty. Another full white will occur. Herds is able to find the kill. And oh no, Forest has been down. The Monty is bleeding out. False has been able to find a kill from that upside down repel once more. That's going to leave Nade in a 1v2 essentially. I don't think that Monty will be in a good position to get picked up. One player in the big window. The other player now moving in towards white. He will finish off that Monty. Does he know the positioning? Smoke will cut off that line of sight as he tries to pre-fire onto the big window, but J9O just has to look at him tapping through the wall. Bring in the Selmas to move in towards the meeting, and Benja! Ho, ho, ho! Here we go! Benja flying through meeting, rips through those FURIA roamers, and FURIA left stunned. My God, we built him up in the pre-match, Ollie, and for good reason.
Well, he's delivering so far.
Oh,
Picking himself up another. On for a quad, on for an ace now. Had it not been for Benja, this round will be in the dirt. JV92 got a lot to do. Ashen, he's going to secure that final kill, but it doesn't matter in the slightest. It's Janker going to do a good job of zoning off these players now, and he can fire those canisters out in toward blue bunker. Ashen caught out in the goo mine. JV92 nade. They're both going to start kicking things off. FURIA, they've just said, you're going to have to come into our lines of fire here. They bunkered down on the basement, and it worked out for them. Our FURIA going to be joining them. Or SSG. NA's last hope. Gonna book that trend. KZ there. Brilliant kill onto Action. Just running at windows as soon as they're opened. And not done there. Looking for more, but gets greedy and punished by Fultz.
KZ.
Bit of a shift for these players on the side of FURIA. Maybe look and see if there's anyone outside on that kid's rappel. Seeing if they can get anything happening there. Herds. Gonna take Benja down. It gives the advantage over to FURIA right now. Moving in, the Thorn Trap. He's going to have to push deep to avoid the damage on that one. Whilst this top floor has now been called as clear, there's still a bit of a job to do here. There's still that small problem of getting control of that attic. The hatch hasn't actually been opened here. Maybe looking for a bit of a hot drop, but there's a chance at a retake. If they go for this, the sound that that causes is going to allow Herds to make that move, and he's just going to play this patiently. His teammate going to win the battle on site, or going to lose the battle, sorry. J90 successful there. Another Thorn Trap you can hear going off in the distance. The plant now starting to be attempted, but it's Herds on the flank. Picks up one onto Forest. Can he stop that plant from going down? Nade, he joins in on the action as well. The diffuser being attempted again, but desperately so. Only one player left alive. J90 gets a nice kill, I can imagine, through the angle on the hatch. He's got himself in here.
Oh.
He's been found out right now. Surely he's going to be dead. Oh, no. JV, a blunder. And Fultz with the shotgun takes Nade down. A bit of a mess and a costly removal of that player. FURIA get it done. It costs them dearly, though. They lose the Monty.
This is a very good position for SSG to be in now. 2 players off the board. All of this utility that they have to wade through. FURIA, the time is not with them either. 40 seconds left. Goyos are still going to be up. Even a cap can or two might be lurking in and around the site too. A bit of a dampener on the spirits of FURIA. They are going to need to play fast and furious. See if they can get this one over the line, but I really don't see it happening.
Not going to be an easy one, especially with how little time is remaining here. JV92 going to fall for Leapox. He'll find one, but SSG lock things out.
Now we will, and surely information is going to be fed for Benja to fire the C4, and it will connect. Great bit of teamwork from Benja and Forest. All Benja needed was the green light. Signal to go for it. Oh, the clash. You get up close and personal now, and Herds is in. What a heck of a position to be. Benja swings off the information.
Body block for the time being, and these 2 players on this side are firmly locked out right now. JV92 eventually shuts Benja down, and Forest gives himself away. He walks through the edge. I mean, he mustn't have been able to hear that. There's 25 seconds left, and it's 3 versus 3. There is a glimmer of hope here. There's no information for FURIA to be going off, and they're going to get caught chasing shadows. 2 kills come in. Nade is able to drag one back. 1 versus 1, 11 seconds. Final defender. At the bottom of these white stairs, Fultz just needs to keep himself alive. Doesn't have a C4. Can start to try and bait for that plant to go down. He can hear the plant has been attempted and is just going to wait and play it beautifully. You got to hold your nerve in that sort of situation. You got to really wait for the clock to do a lot of the work for you.
Cause a lot of issues, not just in this competition, but going forward for really the whole world. Oh, Herds.
Oh,
Speaking of Benja, he's just put him to bed. He's tucked him in.
Great pick from Herds. Get an exothermic pre-placed, remove the ability for that bandit to move in and make the trick, and you can just see a couple of pixels there, but Philippox taking his time, and it's going to be JV to pick not only one, but two. Ashen lines up with him as well. Oh, this is beautiful from FURIA. The Monty's lads push in, but they're going to get downed at the moment. That's going to be the diffuser carrier. J9O. He's done a little bit of magic, but he's got a lot more to do. He's got so much information, but look at the pressure. The plant is going to start to go down. The revive's coming out as well. FURIA, they didn't care about that bulletproof camera. They knew they could operate. They knew they could get it done. Out as they try and reposition, and when they realize where that push is coming from, that should give him a bit of info that he's got a player over toward his right, but he does need to be careful of elbow as well. Goyo canister going to get popped, and there's a lot of denial here for SSG to really run out this clock. They've still got toxic babe canisters. They're gonna have to try and firm it and push all the way through, but it's not going to be easy, and the kills start to flood in. This is surely a map point if ever you've seen one, in a flawless round for SSG. Really leaning into those natural defenses down in the basement. Gives so much flexibility. Oh, he's dead. Doesn't realize that the player inside of Armory and maybe floats a little bit too close to the sun there.
Stationed in the same position as what he was previously downstairs in Classroom, looking to use that skeleton key from below. There's somebody knocking about downstairs, though, at C4. Benja again with these lineups. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, and that was certainly the case for FURIA, because they've let it happen again. Philippox will find faults below. Mentioned before, there's a player roaming around downstairs. And Benj is also now dropped down the attic hatch, I believe, and went straight through lobby. Nobody's watching it because Philippox left his position. J9O also takes a bit of a swing into Trophy. Ends up with a kill, and this has completely been turned on its head.
Crazy to think that all it takes is Benja to have another pop-off round here. Philippox, the next victim for him, and JV92. It's all down to you now to keep your team in it and to keep it a clean 2-0, but it's not to be. Forest, he'll secure the last. And off the back of a huge team performance in this map and or this series, because of how little Siege has been played since Manchester, and basically due to both these two teams' performance in Manchester as well. But Chalet and Border, but from what we saw, it was good. Their attacks here going to have that same level of bite. Herd's second kill on the round, using the Gon 6 to dispatch that player. Eventually will get finished from the hatch. He was deep in behind enemy lines there when you consider that the site was downstairs. Benja, he's already lined up one and he's looking for a second here, but he's going to get taken out there by KZ. SSG falling like flies. Half the round and a 1 versus 3 demo.
Not a great start for SSG. Bolts up against the wall now, and yeah, just gets slaughtered. That crossfire established, and that is the way that FURIA wanted to start things. Certainly position that Benj is playing, very close to that double door. Oh, bullets flying past his head, and he was able to dodge it, but Ashen was not.
The halfway point of the round now, a little bit past it. Ashen, second time in a row, he's been caught out first. Fultz will respond nice and early this time, though, and SSG aren't going to go down too many too soon. Lion scan going to root people in place, but it's not going to stop Fultz from taking the Lion out. He's also got a nasty angle. What? Look at that. Oh. Hertz finds one, but Fultz, he's going to collect his third right now. Nade. Is anyone going to be able to stop him this round? No. Benja.
What's the stairs? Oyo canister already being popped. Probably down to the Twitch drones, of course. And oh, a great swing from Benja. Trade it off, however. But J9O with 2. FURIA in the mud. 2v4 for them to deal with.
You able to get in and make anything happen. Default camera being open isn't going to help KZ at all right now. Especially seeing that his only remaining teammate has just perished as well. Send the bees out, stop anybody from pushing up and see if there's anything he can find vertically, but SSG shouldn't be losing from this position. 50 seconds. 4 bodies to find. He'll give himself up there at the bottom of the stair. There's a Banshee that's going to activate as soon as he moves down. And he's just going to get double swung, isn't he, from that blue door. He's got a player behind the filing cabinet as well. SSG showing great patience here. I do always like to see teams playing that mental game and really guaranteeing that final. Whilst people gather a bit of info.
FURIA wants you to be on the back foot, and they can just start circling you, setting up these crossfires, picking up kills here and there, and that's exactly what they're doing. Herds the 2 more, makes it his 3rd in the round. 1 more kill, that's all they need. Forest last man up, a 1v5. Are you gonna find any? None whatsoever. A flawless for FURIA to get them back on track. That's another round for that. You get the Cali in to remove the Cade Claw, but they got it. Yes, they have. So Cade has not actually placed it correctly. You can actually place the Cade Claw right above on one of the beams, and the Cali will not actually catch it. So this little thing there's a bit of tech for that. It will be frozen out for the meantime, but I still don't think that matters. I think the wall will go off nonetheless. 2 thermite charges just to make sure it will happen. And oh, Benja, where are you going? You're just feeding Herds more and more kills. He's been on a rampage. 10 and 3 right now for Herds and Forest. Oh, look where you are. Again, Forest, another 1v5. Are you going to give him the ace? No, Nade's going to take that off him. He's still upstairs. Somebody now has walked in towards office, and do they hear the phone buzzing? Do they hear it going off? Benja's found one. Oh, I don't think Ashen knows. I don't think he knows that the Ram has already moved in pretty deep. And yeah, Ashen should be dead the rights, and he will be, but he was able to take Philly Pox down before that.
All even at 3-3, though. Ooh, oh, great peek there from Fultz. Might not be done there. Gets away with his life. Forest gonna be able to trade out onto KZ as well, and Nade is left with it all to do.
Matter of time, isn't it? He's just nothing's been gifted to him at all. To take down a Banshee, and he has been able to find one, but 20 seconds to go. He should know the positions now. He's faked out the smoke, but it should just be an easy trade. One and almost. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It is going to be on that Yokai at the moment. Could be a chance for a hop in. The Yokai stun's going to come out, but so does a nade. Fultz, he's going to find him. The plant is now on. Shield on the back. What a grenade. The timing on that. Fultz, he can do no wrong right now. The plant's been confirmed, but the double push is going to secure the kill onto Forest. Lion Scan's going to root people in place. The advantage still for SSG right now as Action. He's on the backstab. He's going to find one. KZ picks up two, but there's two more for him to find. 25 seconds left to go. Another Lion Scan. Can't risk moving. He's got information though, and he's got the clock against him, so he needs to get active. He needs to do something, but he's currently peeking on the wrong side. He's going to jump out, draw for the Deagle. He's essentially just padding his stats right now, and Fultz isn't going to lose that one either. 3 kills, 2 grenades. Especially on the FURIA front. Monty versus the Clash. There's only one winner in that one. Gonna have to try and find that Clash vertically. Otherwise, it is going to be a nightmare. A no-go for the Monty. Benja going to find another kill there. Over onto KZ, and Herd's forced to use a bit of his utility to stay alive there. Felipox gets a very important kill there. There was a Dokkaebi call going out. I'm surprised Benja didn't hear him there. Nade needs to try and make this Clash work. The Monty is going to start to bear down on him, and this is where Monty has the advantage. Once you're waiting for that charge to replenish, there's not a lot that you can do. Forced into the corner and taken out by J9O, who picks up the final 2. The SMG deadly in his hand.
Is going to be denied for him. Easy has that mirror window. He will try and step in front of it, try and get the upper edge of the player out in the library balcony. 2 kills from FURIA. Surely that'll be enough to see them through. I say that though, Forest has been able to find Felipox by himself, isolate that kill and take advantage of it, but still a lot of work to be done. And with 40 seconds, library control is still in favor of FURIA. This is going to be really difficult for SSG.
Forest is doing laps right now. Solo roam clear on the Monty. Nipped outside to pick the diffuser up. And still with a bit of work left to do. Fultz. Bit of a crouch walk up library stairs now. Doesn't look like they're working off too much information. There was a drone at his feet. I can only imagine that KZ must have been misthrown there. JV92 picks up his second kill in the series. And Ashen left all alone. We've already spoken about how his performance has been a little bit substandard here on Chalet. And he was left with...
Both of them are a Thatcher and Ace. Surely the wall could be opened up, but instead they're going to go for the option of trying to open up the long angle onto Office, knowing there's a guy in Piano, just shuts off immediately. What were they thinking? SSG, a massive blunder, and okay, Zeeg a little bit ahead of himself, has gifted a kill over the J90, but and still having that extra man. I suppose he could go for it, but maybe they might come in to regret that, as Forrest is by himself single-handedly taking control of Solar Stairs. A 2v2. Looking at the health, Forrest is pretty low, and against that TCSG who just ripped through with ease, it's going to be difficult for them, and it is. SSG drop another round. Where do they find them now? Oh.
JV. Again, he started to come alive since getting on this defense side. He's always got the easiest jobs of things on the attack, and on the defense, he's shining. Felipox is going to take 2 out before Ashen eventually captures him. But again, it just feels like another round that's dead in the water. SSG, out of ideas. No gas left in the tank. What is it? Falling by the wayside here, 1 by 1. Minute 20 left, and J90, for the series that he's had, he's played fantastic, but even this is a big ask. FURIA, match and series point now.
That's all she has. That is it. That's the only thing FURIA have. Instead, it looks as though Ollie, their win condition is going to be the flank, and right now Felipe could be on for one. He's actually pre-placed the C4, and it's evaded. Benja has gone down, and this may cause a lot of issues for SSG. They have to respond to this, and they'll do so. Achin with 2 kills. Another one comes up blue, though. An onslaught of a retake. It has ended up as a 1v2, and SSG are going to win it out and send us to overtime.
Close stuff down.
Of course they would, but not as clear cut as maybe what you would think. And right now SSG are trying to defy the odds as they have started off a lightning fast strike. Ashen straight into business, however, can only do so much. He does get caught out. A lot of crossfires being established from FURIA, puts the pressure on him, and he does walk into one of them. Forrest, here he comes, trying to just barge his way through Office and clear out these rovers. 2 of them line up for J90. The power of Forrest, who scares them into submission. And from the top rope, J90 hits them with an elbow to the gut. Herds looks around him, and there's none to help. He has to do it all himself now. Against 3 SSG players. Against a Monty, for goodness sake. Half the round still to go, all the time in the world, and J90. Incredible stuff from this guy.
To make either, because on one side, if you get a kill, you might win the round. On the other side, if you die, you've almost cemented the loss. Felipox, he's going to take Benja down, and is that going to be the round-defining kill right there? Fultz will find one back. Minute 40 left on the clock. Half HP on J90. Can see the Monty. Going to be a drone coming at his feet now as well. Not that it's required. That Monty is going to be able to call pretty much everything in. J90 is waiting for a little bit of assistance. He manages to sideswipe the Monty, but Herds is there with the refrag. Most importantly, still, you've lost a key piece of the puzzle there.
See if he can add another angle of the attack, and Fultz knows that the player has already snuck into Trench, but gets pre-fired off the game. Sure, Nate is down, but that doesn't matter. The other 2 players have done their job, and the diffuser will be planted, and Herds gives the cover. He has been the star. Don't really know where they want to go. So somebody has to step up. Somebody has to do something. Benja is locked in the ash. Will that be enough? Another kill in favor of FURIA. Fultz off the board. Ashen now running aimlessly through the corridors, chasing a player in blue there. It's not going to work out for him. Herds gets his 20 bomb, make that 21. And Benja up against, you would say, his old foes, his nemesis for a large period during 2023. He has to make it happen now for his new team. 4 players to find. 45 seconds on the clock. All he needs to get to work.
Doesn't even find the first. Herds, he's going to shut him down, and that's going to be FURIA locked in to the semi-finals. We get a little bit of shouting. We get a little bit of pointing. And